All right, we're almost at the end of the movie.
He has to rip his daughter's hand off and
What? She has to do what?
rip his daughter's hand off his hand.
Rip his daughter's hand?
The
No,
way
he
you
doesn't have to
said
do
that was just one of the.
I have to go.
No, sweetie, I have to do this.
You'll understand when you're older.
Three,
In
30,
2,
29,
1. Make some noise.
28,
Hello.
27, 26,
Hello, I
5,
said.
24,
I said hello.
23, 22,
Episode
21,
21 of the No
20,
Thumbs Up podcast, where
19.
down is up and thumbs are down. Where'd Marcel go?
Not even.
Okay, fucking. On today's episode, we're going to be taking a look at Train to Busan from 2016, a film about a train that goes to Busan, South Korea.
And nothing else.
But first, let me introduce some beautiful people. On the bottom left, we have Decrepit Dane.
That's me.
Wow.
But to my this way, we have Jump Granny Josh.
Shut up, Granny Josh.
Below me, we have Not Alive Anymore Noah.
Nice.
Yep. No.
Bottom corner this way, we have Marrow Munching Marcel.
Marrow munching.
And of course, as always, we have Spaghetti Joe.
The classic.
Yeah.
My name is Joel, and I'll be your plotsman for today, so please sit down, get comfortable, and hit that like button, or your Train to Busan won't be bussin'. Bussin' but like bus Busan.
Boosting.
In
Yeah.
brackets.
Thanks.
That's the one.
If you like what we're doing here, then don't forget to hit the subscribe button for more podcasts just like this one, and to hit that bell button so you don't miss a damn episode. This was Noah's movie
Yeah.
last week, and you had seen it prior.
Yeah, I think just randomly threw it on one night a couple of years ago. I was
Did
like,
you
wow,
watch
this is
it?
really good. That's my experience.
Wow.
Marcel, you had seen it before, right?
You're muted.
Oh, he's munching on some candies.
Eating.
Marrow.
I did see it before. I like it. I liked it or whatever. Like,
Ah, there we go. That's the thumbs up review, everyone. Thank you. Remember to
Go for coming
subscribe, comment.
this candy's like not going down, man. I've been chewing on the same piece since we started, and it's getting smaller. What the fuck do they put in these?
At times, for me, this movie just
Oh, wow.
had like Korean Dawn of the Dead vibes, just because like I don't know,
Yeah.
just because like the crew they assembled is like so just like tropey, kind of like Left 4 Dead, kind of like Dawn of the
Very
Dead sort of
characterized.
thing. Yeah,
all of their
it's like the
personalities.
strong guy, the businessman, and
There's so many times this movie where I'm like, oh, that's a badass shot. But that's also just movie doing movie things. Like, there's no
Yeah.
goddamn way that would make any sense to do. But
mhm.
They did really like have like a couple scenes where it's just like them standing heroically in a hallway, looking like fucking awesome, and it's just like, yeah, all right, but like you should run, but like yeah, we can do it. We
Yeah.
got shot.
Yeah.
You just see Song Hwa, who we call the Chad, just walking through fucking decking zombies left and right through the hallways. Like,
Yeah, everybody else gets a fucking weapon, and he's just like, nah, I got these bad boys.
no. Keep your bat. I got two right here.
Yeah. A bit about the movie to preface. Like I said, it was released in 2016. It was directed by, I'm gonna butcher every Korean name here, so I'm just gonna go over them all at the beginning, and then I probably won't use their actual names after this, just to avoid butchering them more. But it's directed by Yeon Sang-ho.
Who is also the control center guy. Cameoed in his own movie.
Control
Wait, like the
Center.
like the
When the
drive-
conductor
bus-
calls in.
Oh,
Yeah, that guy.
Oh shit, that's cool.
Conductor.
Oh.
I didn't know that was him. That's really cool.
Yeah.
Whenever
Um,
the guy's running down the hallway and he does that, that's all I thought was, "Conductor, we have a
I
problem."
found out-
Problem. Conductor, we have a problem.
I
He also-
found out just now when I looked up the cast.
He also does the prequel. Like, he directs the animated one, too. I actually went and
Oh,
watched the
that's
prequel
sick.
and the sequel last night. Just fun. I
Yeah,
got like
I
2
wanna
hours of
see the
sleep last
sequel.
night.
Oh boy.
I'll
They're
have to
interesting.
remember that thing about the director when we come to my movie on the wheel. But this movie had a budget of 8.5 million and a box office of 98.5 million.
Which
Jesus.
holy shit!
That
way
seems
to
like a small budget.
way to maximize 8.5 million. Like
Damn.
Yeah.
That's
Well, a lot
it.
of those scenes, like I was saying with the digital masterpieces, they did in Photoshop, and all that. Like that's, they did so many amazing workarounds, and it looked great.
Damn.
There is
I kind of wonder where they filmed.
The
what sets
worst-
they had.
the like only
We had a
bad
train.
effect in this movie is like when they're inside the train. Sometimes if you look like outside the train, the backgrounds look kind of fake, and then there's like some shots of like cityscapes. I think that look a bit worse, but otherwise, I think like it looks like
Yeah, the cityscapes you can kind of see
Really
the layers.
nice.
Yeah.
yeah. It's not even
But
that it looks
still.
bad. It just looks almost like hyper.
8.5,
I
like
don't
that
know.
seems
That's
so
crazy.
low. Like Dane said, just
yeah.
min-max that shit.
Yeah.
like what
Awesome
they
movie,
came
awesome
out with
movie.
for 8.5 million is like that's pretty incredible.
Yeah.
I've seen movies with like 5 times that budget that look twice as bad.
Man,
That's
they
like
must pay actors nothing.
That's like perfect
Yeah,
movie.
yeah.
It's just like there's a decent amount of millionaires in the world. They should just go around just funding just a ton of movies that these people are making.
That'll solve our problems.
It will. Yeah.
That'll bring down the 1%.
It'll solve my problems of being bored, and that's all that matters.
Yeah.
If everyone could just serve Noah, that'd be just fine.
Yeah, exactly.
To go over the cast, so we have Gong Yu plays Si Yuk-woo, which is the dad or the businessman. Ma Dong Seok plays Don Lee, very
No.
just like...
Also, he's also known
Oh.
as Don Lee.
Oh, okay, I see. So he plays Song Hwa, who is the Chad, the buff dude.
Chad.
Kim Soo-an plays Soo-an.
Soo-an.
That's kind of... yeah, that's the kid. And then Kim Wee-sung plays Yeon Suk. Oh, he can't keep getting away with it, man. I just called him literally the bitch man in my entire
Oh,
script.
I hate him.
The coup.
I didn't do a movie poster this week. I just did the Train to Busan. And yeah, let's go over this here wheel. If you're new here to the No Thumbs Up podcast, every week we each come here and put a movie on this here wheel. At the end of the episode, we'll give it a spin, and we'll find out which movie we're reviewing next week. First movie we got here is World Trade Center. Noah, that's yours? No,
All I
nothing
saw
about
was
that?
Nick Cage on the movie poster, and it's about 9/11. So
That can't be good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's okay. We're Canadian.
The Mitchells versus the Machines. That movie just came out on Netflix, and it's made by the creators of Into the Spider-Verse, and it's crazy good. I just
Yes,
watched it
I
last
really
night.
wanted to land on that because you already told me about it. so
Yeah.
I-
What I was gonna say about the director is that he based the family in the movie off of his family, and he plays the like younger brother in the movie, and
Oh, that's
he directs the movie. So
Hmm.
yeah, Detective Pikachu. That is Joseph's movie.
He's a detective and a Pikachu.
Pokemon. Freaked. That's Marcel's movie.
It's basically just like an acid trip from like the 90s that like nobody remembers, but it's starting to finally get its recognition, but like nah, it's a trip. That's
Beautiful practical effects.
very beautiful.
V for Vendetta. It's Josh.
It's about an angry guy in a Guy Fawkes mask.
Take down the government, man. Whiplash. That's Dane's movie.
It's about a drummer at like a music school whose teacher pushes him super, super hard.
Oh, I
And
see that one
J.K.
too.
Simmons is in it, which like low key
He wants Spider-Man picks and better drum rolls.
Yeah.
So at the end of the episode, we'll spin this and find out what we're reviewing next week. But for now, let's jump into that Train to Busan
Let's
plot.
just jump right into it.
Boost and plot.
We start off seeing this dude driving this car, like a kind of box van, to like a check stop, and the guy stops him there, and they're having like a kind of spat because he wants to get through, and he's like, "Oh, I'm going away from the biotech district." And he's giving him a hard time getting past, but eventually he lets him go. He's like, "Ah, man, this dude's such a dick," but he's driving away, and his phone rings, and he like reaches down for it and just hits this deer on the road. Like stops his car, goes to check if it's all right, and he's like, "Ah, damn, it's dead. I'll just head out." So yeah, he gets in his vehicle and drives away, and slowly we see the deer just start to get back up real creepy like, and then looks into the camera and boom, Train to Busan.
I'm gonna give a super early thumbs up here. It's kind of a joint thumbs up between that deer and a zombie does it later in the movie. It's just so cool how like they do the reanimating. I don't know how they did like the like obviously the deer is CG and everything, but when they did it with the person, I imagine it was just like choreographed to get up like that. It's so cool how they just do like the twisting, like I don't know.
Yeah, they're so flexible.
And
Yeah.
the sound design, you can hear the crunching and everything too. Is like, oh, I don't know. Those scenes are so cool when they put it together like that.
That girl that you're talking about in that scene has just the whitest teeth. I don't know why, that's all I noticed. But
so wait, does this mean that like any animal can be affected by this like thing? Like, could you imagine like a zombie like crocodile or like
Shark.
a lion or something like that?
Well, or
Like,
zombie birds.
yeah.
yeah.
Fucking darting you. You can't dodge
Yeah,
them.
wait, everybody's fucked if animals can be
literally.
infected.
Zombie cheetahs.
Yeah, you don't have anything
Zombie
to eat
bears?
at that point, really. They're just kind of.
It's like, what do you even eat at that point once everything's
Zombie
infected?
ants?
Zombie
Just
ants.
a bunch of
Zombie
bugs.
ants.
Zombie amoebas.
Yeah, you get like bit by a single ant and then turn into a zombie.
Zombies.
Zombie mosquito.
Oh,
Ah, that'd be the worst.
ugh.
The
Just
main.
keeps sucking blood, just like doesn't blow up or anything. Just keeps getting bigger.
Turns into that mosquito from Land of the Lost. You guys have ever seen that with Will Ferrell?
Yeah.
Oh, I
Just
haven't seen that in so long.
Grows to like the size of the dude, sucks all his blood out.
We see like our main character here, Mr. Businessman. He's eating some Burger King at his desk, and he's on this call talking to this guy about, if we pull out all the stonks, the market will suffer, and
Dumpy.
but it sounds like they're gonna do it anyways. He's like scrolling on his computer, and we see like there's like all these articles about like pollution from like biotech that he's scrolling by, and then he calls his assistant in. He's like, "Don't be," like he said, and he's like, "But sir, the market, it'll be bad for everybody." And he's like, "You think I care?" So sends him away. But actually, no, before he leaves, he's like, "What are kids into right now?" We cut away. In the parking garage, he's on the phone with his ex-wife or current wife or
Ex-wife, I think.
Ex-wife, yeah.
Divorced.
And they're talking about how tomorrow is his daughter's birthday, and she wants him to bring the daughter up to Busan for her birthday on the train. But she's like, she can't ride on the train alone. So she's like, well, you're going to have to just come with her then. And kind of gets angry and hangs up. When he gets home, his mom and his daughter are there, and his daughter is like hiding under the blanket in her bed, and she's like talking on the phone with his mom. Anyways, he like comes in, he's like trying to, I don't know, just make an effort with his kid. It, like, gives her birthday present. She opens it. It's like a Wii, and she looks like real ungrateful at first, and I was just like, man, what the hell, this girl? And then it pans over, and she's like already got one.
Like, why are you complaining? Now you have two. Shut the fuck
Yeah.
up.
That's not what she wants. She
I
doesn't
just-
want video games. She wants to hang with her mom.
I just love that look though. She opens it, she looks at it, kind of like looks to him, looks down, and then just like looks over at the other Wii super slowly.
Yeah. She says it's from Children's Day this year, which I don't know what that is. Must be some sort of thing they have in
pretty sure he gave her one already.
Must be like farmers.
Yeah, that's what she was saying. That was his gift for Children's Day to her.
Oh, that's even worse if it was his gift. The mom and so he says that he'll get her another gift because obviously she already has that, and he's like, she says, I want to go to Busan, see mom, but he's like, no, some other time. She's like, you always say that and you always lie. So she
kind of brings up like a reoccurring trope in the movie about how he just doesn't have time for his daughter and stuff.
You watching graphs.
You get that through a lot of different characters' dialogue, how he just like all he does is work. He doesn't set aside time for his daughter.
He cares about himself. That's it. He even
He's not caring about himself. He's working for her future, bro. He's working hard.
Well, she does even say later, you only care about yourself, which is kind of true.
Yeah.
But that's her perspective, though.
Yeah, that's
He's
her
doing it all
problem.
for.
Well,
Not
like
everybody else.
I don't know.
This guy is a scumbag.
Later,
His whole character arc is that he like so we get to that, but like that's like the whole point of his character arc, that he doesn't give a shit about like anybody but
Yeah.
like,
Oh.
yeah.
I was tossed up with the line of the one guy says later when he's like, one day your daughter will appreciate like all the hard work you put in now.
like I was gonna say, like he says that, but like it kind of seems like she's not even really feeling the benefits of him making all that money anyways. You know, so it's
Yeah.
like it doesn't really seem like he's providing for her.
But then
Hey,
it also puts into later, like at the end of the movie, that line has so much more like impact because like
Mhm.
when we get to it, I can we'll talk about it a bit more. But like even at the end, she doesn't understand like why he's doing what he's doing. So then
Yeah.
it's like, but she will appreciate what he did, type thing.
Mhm.
So like a lot of foreshadowing in this movie, which I really appreciated.
Yeah. The mom and him are talking while he's getting undressed, and the mom's telling him, "Oh, so you're gonna take her to Busan?" He's like, "Yeah, I guess so."
Guess I gotta come see your bitch ass.
The mom's telling him like, "Oh, that's good, cause like while you're down there, you can like get back together with your ex-wife," and he's just like, "Oh yeah, sure, mom."
She says something like a marriage shouldn't be thrown away so easily, but we never know, like we never hear why they got divorced.
No,
I assume it's just because
Work.
because
Works a
of
lot,
work, but
Yeah.
that's one thing that kind of bothered me for a couple of minutes. You just like never got that backstory. She's like, "Oh, it shouldn't be thrown away so easily," so you don't know if it was really thrown away easily or not.
This whole movie's just Umbrella Corp. It's like the biotech people making
Honestly.
a zombie.
Yeah.
It's Wesker.
This is just advanced T virus in this movie.
Yeah, for real.
The 28 days later T virus.
The mom starts saying that that the daughter like really wanted her or him to be at her recital, but luckily she filmed it. She leaves the room, and he picks up the thing and starts watching it, and we see her like singing just very like sadly straight face in front of all these people, and then she just stops,
Shit, my kid
like looks at the
sucks.
camera, and then everybody's like, come on, keep going. She's like, and so he's just like watching it and being like, damn, I suck.
She just stares like directly in the camera as he's watching. He just closes it immediately. Just that instant shit.
I just wrote in my notes, bad dad moment. In the car, like really early the next morning, he is taking her to the train station, and she's just getting off the phone with her mom, telling her that she's on her way. He's like, "Yeah, I saw your recital," and she's like, "What? How did you see it? You weren't there." And he's like, "Oh yeah, I see everything." It's like, hey, don't try and act all big and mighty after you fucking miss the recital. It's like, but yeah, then he's like, yeah, you shouldn't like quit stuff. Quitting is like the worst thing you can do. And it's like, yeah, maybe you shouldn't have quit like parenting. But
Burn.
these sirened vehicles start like rushing by, and he's like, "Oh my god!" He almost like hits him. To be fair, it is a green light, but I mean he's not paying attention. But yeah, they stop there for a second, and the daughter realizes it's like raining ash, and Yeah, so then they're at the train station, and we're seeing a lot of the faces that we're gonna be seeing throughout the movie, but like at this point, especially the first time through, you really don't know like which faces you need to be paying attention to. So it's funny watching it the second time around, but
They do a really good job of like fitting the characters. I find like you get like it's a full train of people right off the bat, but even when there's like it's like there's phases because then like a big chunk of people die in like one spot, and like they're all people they kind of don't care about, but maybe like they do a really good job of just trimming the fat throughout the movie. I found.
Yeah, I agree. We see the like sports team, the baseball team. They're taking up a bunch of the seats in one of the cars, and the cheerleader comes. Is she a cheerleader? I think.
She says, "I'm your cheerleader."
Oh yeah.
I think she said they were saying something like, "Oh, how did you get to come along?" And she had like a badge or something.
Grabs his headphone out like fucking ferociously too.
Yeah.
Like he's
What are
sitting
you
there
listening to?
5D, just like rips it out, and he's just like, "Go away, like leave me alone, please."
Well, I mean, they say your heartbeat can sync up to music, and he was just listening to the sound of silence. So
Hello,
That's pretty
old
good.
friend.
maybe a little bit of foreshadowing.
That's pretty good.
And she's like, I feel like just kind of sits there, and she's kind of just calling him out. And she's like, just say you love me already, whatever. And everyone's kind of making fun of
He's
her.
just like
Who acts like that?
He's just
Fucker.
they're going, accept her, accept her.
Yeah, she's like, remember, like, what are they chanting? It's so fucking weird.
I love how she's basically like, oh, just love me already. He's like, can you go sit somewhere else, please?
Like maybe it's like just kind of a translation thing.
Yeah.
Like,
Accept her, accept her, accept her.
The next time a girl's hitting on one of the boys, I'll be right behind you. Accept her, accept her.
Except him.
Yeah.
The
In Noah's case.
Accept him.
they're like the dude is giving the all aboard to the conductor, and this like lady just slips right behind him at like the last second, just like flops on the ground. It's like, how did you not hear that?
Did somebody fart?
Yeah.
Oh, was that the wind that I hear? No. But
Yeah, they're like a video game character. Like before they turn around and like their eye marker kind of gets bigger.
Yeah, it's
They're
like
just
Oblivion.
like,
It's like, did I
wait.
hear the wind? He's like staring at you.
Yeah,
Must have been the sound.
yeah, you see like the like discover meter starts
gauge.
going up, and then
she just straight up has sneak 100 in Skyrim. Doesn't matter how much she's fucking just clobbering her way around.
he's like, wait, where's my gold?
Just walk straight past her.
Wait, where's my sweet roll?
Must have been the wind or something. Which I'm gonna give another quick. I'm gonna give a quick thumbs down on this one too. It's one of those just movie being movie moments that there's a couple in that just like irk me when I see it. I know I called it out when we were watching. It was just like, I understand, but that you got to advance your plot somehow. But I think there could have been a little better way of doing that.
8.5 million, Dames. Just remember that.
You know what I
They
would
could
do
pay-
if
they
I
could pay
had
for his hearing
8.5
aids.
million?
like
Not make a movie this good.
yeah, or like she could have been like bit
Make a
and just
movie
like
better.
slipped on with the crowd and then went and hid in the washroom or something. Yeah, but yeah, so she does go and hide in the washroom, and she's looking in pretty bad shape. In a different car, we see the businessman complaining about, oh, there's somebody weird in the washroom. We think it's gonna be her, but when they go to investigate, it's like that scruffy guy and like the green jacket. We don't know that he's homeless, but he looks scruffy. He looks really shaky, and he's saying that everybody's dead, and he doesn't seem to be being very responsive. The mean businessman is saying to the little girl, if you don't study, you'll end up like this guy. And she's like, my mom says that anybody who says that is a bad person. And he's like, she probably didn't study.
This guy, like throughout the entire movie, he has several points, but he's just all around my thumbs down. Everything he does is pointless, and like I hate him. I hate.
He's like almost
Literally-
too evil. Like,
I know.
he's just A caricature.
Yeah. It started off with me like that, Marcel, where I was just like, man, I hate this guy. But the more and more the movie went on, and the more and more like despicable shit he does, the more you just kind of have to laugh and just go, holy
Yeah.
shit, this guy at least he sticks to his guns of being a scumbag all the
Yeah,
fucking
like-
time.
When he's
Sorry, I was just gonna say, like near the end, he does like he does it twice. He just kind of throws someone. Like I'm not gonna say who he throws, but yeah, he does it twice, and the second time was pointless. Literally, just close the door. Like you unnecessary.
yeah.
I was so mad.
You're
He-
my
he does it
sacrifice. Go.
Yeah, he does it to throw someone to like delay it, but yeah.
Yeah, but
It's
not
so
the
stupid.
second. Like that
That
right there.
time was just super unneeded, yeah.
The fucking stupid asshole. Fuck
He's just
you.
taking any chance he can.
He's
to
that
just
asshole
fuck over
that
someone.
like you see everybody lined up in traffic and like there's like a free lane. He's that asshole that just cuts into the free lane, drives to the front, puts his blinker on. It's like, yeah, fuck you, I'm coming in. Like
Yeah.
that's that guy. Fuck that guy.
Yeah, fuck you, Josh. Fuck you, Joe.
I hate you. Like, fuck off. You make it worse.
I got places to go.
Yeah, exactly. I got places to be, bro. Come on.
Like,
Fucks up the system and it fucks up the works.
You ain't first, you're last.
That guy, like later when he's given like the one speech about like how the other people are infected and shouldn't be allowed in, he's all like wide-eyed and he's like, we can't let them in. He's just like, I don't know, that was just like, whoa, bro, like you're
he's
overacting or I don't know.
anime. He's doing the anime antagonist, like
Yeah.
crazy close up, like,
Bro, let him in.
Oh yeah, like the crazy eyes monologue.
Yeah.
Sort of zoomed in.
oh yeah,
We
the
can't let you in.
To be fair, he's pretty good at acting like a crazy person.
mhm.
Like he wants to really convince people that his idea is right. He's pretty good at that.
I mean, jumping ahead a little bit, just the one point where like they get in. Fuck it, I'll get there later when we get there.
So we see the
There
one
when we get there.
zombie is convulsing in the washroom again. Little girl continues down the train to find a washroom. She finds
Real quick, when the girl's like convulsing, I just like how she's just like, I'm sorry. Like, who are you apologizing to? Like, I like how we'd have like no
The
actual
people on the train, you know.
Yeah. You fucking asshole that gets bit. Like, yeah, fuck it. I'm gonna hop on the train. Like,
honestly like
Honestly, first thing I do is be like, someone fucking help me.
this is a
she
zo-
doesn't
I'm gonna
ask
kill
for
you
help.
all.
She hops in the bathroom on the train, and then she knows she's like, obviously something's wrong, but she's like, why go on the? Just go into the bathroom at the fucking at the station. Why did you have to be on the train? Like, I don't understand that.
Oh, probably to get away from the zombies, like get to a different city.
I guess yeah, we didn't know how bad it was when they were.
well no
well,
yeah.
when they're departing, there's a big crowd at the top of the stairs, and you can see a commotion going on. So it's
Yeah.
kind of like,
right.
Where are they in the start of the movie? Because I watched the prequel and that one starts in Seoul, so maybe they're in Seoul and they get on somewhere near. But
I don't know if they say like where they originally are.
yeah, I feel like
Unless
if you look at
they-
a sign in the station,
I
just,
mean,
like, look
yeah,
it up.
I was gonna say if you know Korean, it'd probably
Yeah.
have like a sign
It's
at
like-
the station, but.
I don't
th-
know that
this
shit.
is-
Let's learn some Korean geography.
like this is one of those movies where like they don't really explain too much about like
But they-
how the
they don't
virus
need
spreads,
to.
and I don't really care. Or like
That's the one thing like James said yesterday. It's like the
it's-
inconsistency of turn times.
Yeah.
I kind of thought it was they turn either fast or if they want to feed, they
Or-
won't turn.
I think it would
and they turn
mention
later, but
like-
they're like
Well,
random.
I was-
It was just different for people
Bit in
because
the leg, it's gonna take longer for like something like a virus or poison in your leg to get up to your like your brain or whatever, or like wherever the virus might be.
Yeah.
But if you get bit in the neck and on your jugular,
Yeah,
then
pretty
the
intense.
virus is
Yeah.
gonna spread really quick, right? And that first girl that turned, so I was thinking about that, and that first girl that turned, like after the one that hops on the train, like she took a while, 'cause she got bit in the leg, but then the other girl was just like almost instantly a zombie. And thinking
Yeah,
about,
and all the other guys had the hand.
Yeah, I was
And,
gonna
like,
say.
like
Okay.
multiple zombies would just increase the amount of virus in your bloodstream, right? So then you turn like faster.
Anyways,
I don't
Girls-
know. I think they were more just using it as a plot device rather than actually like thinking that through. Because like Joel was saying, they didn't bring up anything about like how the virus spreads
Like a
or
turn
anything
time,
like
right?
that.
Well,
It was more just like there's zombies that's happening now. They're
Yeah.
infected. Like there was no bullshit with it, really.
Yeah.
28 days
Which
later.
is weird, because in the fucking it is just
Maybe in the prequel.
Because in the prequel, there's a dude, a homeless guy, who has his neck chomped out from a zombie for like an entire day, and then finally turns.
Jesus.
So
Oh.
yeah,
Oh.
Big Dane's thing is just
Weird.
yeah, it's just or it's just I don't know, it's an anime prequel. They don't pay as much attention.
She's continuing down the train. She's trying to find a washroom. She ends up seeing like the buff dude and his pregnant wife. Well, she doesn't see her yet because she's in the washroom, and he notices that she's looking for a washroom. So he's like, "Oh, well, I'll see if she's can be let out." And he kind of like knocks on the door. He's like, "Oh, honey," and she's like, "Not that," and he's just like, "Oh yeah, no, maybe not now. Maybe go find a different one." And
Okay, so as we can see here, we have the South Korean train map. Now on the bottom, this is going to be really difficult.
I see
On the
Busan at the
we have
bottom.
Busan, and then
Okay.
we have Daejeon in the middle at the purple there,
okay,
and then we have Seoul way up at the top. So I mean, there's a collection of just places right
Okay,
at the top that they
I
could have come from.
I think they say something about stopping like before Daejeon at that.
yeah, they do. I think they
Chow
start.
Run or
I think
Chow
they
Run?
start
can't really
in
read off the
Su-
map, but
I think they start in Suwon, and then
Go through Seoul.
Cheonan is the one that they don't stop at.
No,
I thought that
Daejeon.
I thought that was the one they wanted to do the emergency stop at, where they were like getting on the intercom.
Mm.
Or was that the one they?
No, I think
missed and
that's
they did the
Daejeon.
emergency stop at the next one.
That's Daejeon is where they get off. I thought.
Yeah, Daejeon is where they get off the first time.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
and was it Cheonan is just where like all those people are banging.
Okay.
Yeah, but
Banging.
oh, whoops, I scrolled up.
So shit's bussin'.
Gotta say, this movie, it be boostin'.
All train cabs.
One of the train attendants stumbles across the zombie girl. I'll just kind of glue these scenes together, but she ends up getting like this is that scene that Dane was talking about where she really creepily stands up slowly and then eventually like piggybacks like onto the girl. And when she like comes out into the
God, that was like terrifying.
yeah.
Like I love that scene of her just stumbling with the
She-
chick biting on her neck.
She goes like full jockey from Left 4
Sorry, I
Dead
need
2,
to, like-
but it just
Jockey!
as they go through the baseball player cab. I know Joel said it when we were watching the movie, but just no one reacts as they should. They just see people getting munched and they all turn around. They're like, "What's going on?"
Ain't that the fella that
Huh.
masturbates all day long?
And like when you notice when they first like bust in, like this isn't like a small
in.
affair.
Kittyland, god damn it.
God damn
You
it.
know, Lane. But it isn't like a small affair when they're stumbling through the cab. Like it's an obvious struggle, you can tell, and just no one's paying attention at all. They're just kind of like eyes glued forward, doing what they're doing until
Kinda
they're like,
reminds me of when
"Hey,
they
what's
found out
happening
the plane,
here?"
Where we were, I think, was the piggybacking.
Jockey.
Yeah,
Is that what you guys figured it was called?
yeah. Well, it's Left 4. She basically just like Left 4 Dead 2 jockeyed her.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you meant. I thought you meant a jockey was what people on a train are called.
Oh,
I was like,
You do right horses.
Yeah.
I could see a
We're
cab
still going with
jockey
attendant.
being what they're called.
Yeah, true, actually.
this is the first time the dad gets one of like many calls from his just like.
Assistant.
Well, I don't think his assistant is the one he's talking to.
It's
until-
analyst. It says when
Yeah,
they call.
but his assistant Kim does call him later at the end. But yeah, they're just like talking about, oh, there's people striking outside the building. He's like, I don't know, just give me more information, call me back.
Isn't it
but-
the same guy that he calls throughout the movie? Because the guy keeps like filling him in more that he knows.
I think that's his one contact in Daejeon. But then at the end with the dude who's crying, he's like, oh, it's all our fault. That's Kim. That's the guy who he told sell all the stocks.
I thought it was the same guy throughout that he was talking to.
I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure the dude he's talking to is like, oh yeah,
Because when
is Daejeon secure?
Because like every time he gets a call, it'll like give you the caption of who it is. I'm pretty sure it's Analyst Kim like, every time.
Okay, yeah, I could be wrong.
Unless maybe I'm missing it, but that's what I thought.
Because the only reason I'm saying that is because I thought that guy was in Daejeon or whatever, and he said that like, oh yeah, like the police, like they'll quarantine you when you get here or whatever. But
Quarantine.
yeah, the daughter does eventually find a washroom. She goes and locks herself in. Like the train filled with all the sports people is like, yeah, that's where the zombie comes in. She like collapses her to the ground. Everybody's just kind of looking like, oh man, that doesn't seem regular. They're just taking a real long time to like do anything. Yeah. But
so I was saying when you first left, it's like as she rides through, everyone is just so nonchalant about like just going about their time. No one says anything, and then after people started getting necks ripped up, they're like, hey, what's going on? Like, that's
hey,
not normal.
You don't do that.
Like just no one like. Up until shit really starts hitting the fan, no one reacts like they should. Like, I understand it's super out of the ordinary. You'd never expect, like, a zombie outbreak to happen. Yeah. But if you see someone's fucking neck getting munched right beside you, you wouldn't just go like,
huh,
I don't know about that.
It's
It's
just every
first,
other day
crackdown on bath
Greyhound.
salts. Just.
But you're also, like, in a place you're not used to.
We're
like,
not in Florida.
You're on like a moving train. Like what is it?
LRT. This is just a normal occurrence.
Yes.
No, but I'm saying like
just Edmonton things.
Spider crackhead.
when you're riding home on the bus,
yeah, on the
and a crackhead tries to rob you.
But today,
I've ridden Greyhound long enough. Like there are some characters on those buses.
Yes,
Man,
sir.
Buses in
Downtown
Vancouver.
Edmonton recently, deadass, like it looks like a zombie outbreak kind of happened. It's really bad. The other day we were driving down, and I was literally just describing how all the businesses are like closing down and how shit the place looks. And like, meanwhile, there was a guy in the corner just puking in a circle. Like he was so fucked, he was deadass just throwing up everywhere. And I was just like, kind of like, is this maybe he's got is this a zombie outbreak? Like, is this how it starts? Is nobody else freaked out? Like,
they activate the microchip in everyone's vaccine to start the outbreak.
Oh, damn. Biotech. Damn. But I was just gonna say, to Dane's point, like they are on like a moving train, so like if you are to react in that moment when the girl's like getting launched to the ground, like what are you to do? Right? Like, are you going to go pull her off?
Conductor, we have a problem.
But you do more than just like, oh.
Huh. Yeah, I guess, yeah.
Don't even stand up. They're all just kind of like sitting in their seats still. Like, what's going on over here?
Like, these are all supposed to be like athletic jock guys. They're on the baseball. They're all on the baseball team, right? Like, you'd expect someone just to like boot the bitch off the attendant or something, right? I mean, baseball. Sorry, baseball players. It's not the most athletic sport, but.
Mm-hmm.
No, I'll just get everyone on my
American baseball.
More athletic than I am.
Create controversy. One of the like train workers gets infected pretty early on in this scene. It's like I'm just gonna give my thumbs up moment to this shot, but it's like it seems like there's like a stick right here and then like a GoPro pointed at his face, and he's like running towards the front of the train. He's like like that, and it's like really like shaky cam shot of him like running forward. And I really like it. It's very creepy. Meanwhile, we see like the dad goes to the washroom, waits outside, and he thinks he's waiting outside of the washroom where the kid is, but he's not. Main character, nope. We see the buff guy gets one trapped in like the washroom by where his wife is, but like then they end up having to like run. Everybody's like kind of just running towards like the front of the train. I think it's it's kind of hard to tell like which carts have zombies at times, but it gets like pretty sporadic by the end of it.
Carts 10 and 11 definitely do. 'Cause, yeah, you don't know.
Businessman McGee gets his No, not businessman McGee. That's what I called him, but we're calling the evil dude the businessman. So
I prefer he can't keep getting away with this guy.
it's just kind of a mouthful.
You're used to those.
Oh yeah, no, the businessman
You
does
got
end
you.
up finding, or sorry, the dad does end up finding his daughter because they run to one end of the train, and like the buff dude and his wife are running towards the door, and he just slams it in their face, and but then he just like fights a couple off. They get to the door, he opens it, they get in. They're like holding the door shut, and he's like, "Oh, what do I do?" Like, it's like, "How do you lock this thing?" And then he's like not answering. He's just like, just let it go. They don't know how to work doors. And then he just kind of does. And then they're just like, "Wow, why at the door?"
But like one of the zombie guys, like I think it's like the conductor or something. When they're like running, he just like puts his arm in the door to like stop it.
Yeah,
It's like if he doesn't know how to open a door, how does he know to put his hand there to stop it?
I think it's just, like,
They're just trying to get
yeah.
anywhere.
Yeah, they like the pregnant lady starts like splashing water on the thing. They like cover it up with newspaper, and then the zombies on the other side just kind of chill out.
That was fucking big brain though. The instant they're like, "Oh, when they don't see us, they stop attacking." She just like instantly just
Yeah.
like
Well,
big brain.
I don't think they knew that at that point.
Yeah, I was gonna say, how do you just know that? Because like I feel like they would like sense out with like smell or like something like that.
No, zombies are dumb as shit in this
no,
movie.
because,
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
like, the whole like the when they go in the tunnel, the zombies just can't see shit.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So like they
Can't
definitely
smell
hunt off
shit.
like sound.
They only go off site.
They have like a sensory overload, and all
Yeah.
those lights and things are flashing past them.
That's what makes them so angry. It's just light.
People kind of start discussing amongst themselves about the situation, and the buff dude's just like, "Yo, you gonna apologize to us for like slamming the door in our face?" And he's like, "Well, I'm just looking out for us." And he's like, "Oh, this guy's a real piece of work." Like he just grabs him by the thing. He's about to just feed him one, but his wife stops him. Over the intercom, the conductor's saying that, "Hey, maybe we're not gonna be stopping in the next city." And the business guy is just like, "What? No, we need to stop there." And he gets on a call with him. He's like, "People are going rabid back here." He's like, he tells him to stop and then just hangs up, but he doesn't end up stopping.
Yeah, you can kind of see, I don't know if they pulled into the station yet or not. They're like,
Yeah, when they do get there, it's like everybody's just like getting.
there's like people just screaming, banging.
I
on the
love that
windows.
scene of the people running and banging on the thing, and they
Oh,
keep
it's
doing
so
it, and then eventually the zombies come and just take them out.
That'd be so scary. Like
Yeah.
just watching that happen.
I always love in zombie movies like the setup until like everything's fucked, like the slow sort of people figuring it out and getting infected, and
By the
it's always so
outbreak,
fun, even if it's kind of the same thing every
Makes it
movie.
like-
Yeah.
I love it.
The last thing in this scene is he gets a call from his mom, who seems to be like on her deathbed, and she's just like, "I love you. I love what's her name, the daughter." And she's like, "But
Sue-Ann.
yeah, but she only loves her mother, that bitch." And then hangs up, and so you assume that she got infected and died. Yeah, and then there's the scene where they're pulling through the station where everybody's getting attacked and stuff. And actually, I'm gonna change my thumbs up moment, I think, to this, because we get a montage of all the zombies like roaming around different parts of the train as like we start to hear a message from like the Korean government start to play. And it's like, yes, trust us. We have everything under control. And it's like slowly doing like a montage of like YouTube videos and stuff of like zombies like holding onto helicopters and like falling and then just keep running. And
I got like real Zombieland vibes from that.
yeah.
Yeah.
And then it ends up on like this just like really horrific shot of like just like a burning city, and the government dude is just saying, he's like, to the best of our knowledge, you guys are not in danger. Yeah, so they I don't know, everybody's just kind of like in a line migrating towards the front of the train, and then they stop, and they're trying to give her mom a call, and she's not answering, so they stop, and the girl sits on one of the seats. The two old ladies stop here, and she ends up giving her seat to one of them, and she gives her some candy in exchange. When they go to the other room, the dad's like, why would you give her your seat? Like, you don't have to be nice in times like this. And she's just like, you only care about yourself.
In times like this, you only gotta worry about yourself.
Which, I mean, true, though. Like,
Yeah.
Zombie apocalypse are not a good time for empaths.
No.
yeah.
No.
The intercom goes again. The dude just says, yeah, we won't be stopping at the next place either. His daughter stays while the dad goes to like go do a phone call, and she's talking to like the buff dude and his wife, and he's just like beaking the dad to her.
She's like, don't say that in front of his daughter.
And she's just like, nah, it's cool. Everybody thinks he's a douche.
Yeah.
I love when he's just like, yeah, that baby there, I made that.
She says its name
You want to
is...
feel that belly? Hell yeah, you do.
Yeah, you feel this. That's mine.
I made that.
She says that the nickname is Sleepy because the dad hasn't given the kid a name yet. On the phone in the other room, we hear the dad talking to his associate again about how the military's deployed. If you get off, you'll get quarantined. And eventually he'll tell them, don't go to the main square, go to the east square. So when they do get off at Daejeon, they're gonna go their own way, because like they all seem afraid of being quarantined. Because like, I don't know, when they find out it's like, oh, you'll be quarantined, it's like, duh! And it like zooms in on his face, and I was like it doesn't seem like inherently a bad thing, so I don't know if like there's some sort of stigma of quarantining in Korea.
Whoa.
I don't know.
What happened to my camera?
But the train passes through like that one place, and they go to Daejeon, and it stops, and they all start looking out, and it's like completely empty. There's nobody there. When the conductor gets off, he's shocked when he sees like all the infected people in the back, and he's like, damn, what's been going on back here? But like, wouldn't he have seen when they were pulling through that last station that they didn't stop at? You know, but I guess he doesn't know that they're on the train. Everybody starts getting out and flowing to like up the stairs and to where they'll be eventually quarantined. And the businessman goes and talks to the conductor, and he starts saying, oh, we got to go to Busan. You got to unhook, and we got to go there because we'll be quarantined here. And his source tells him that Busan is safe. And he's like, yeah, no, we can't unhook the train here, but I don't know, they kind of start formulating some sort of plan. And we see all the people that are heading through, like, the terminal, and the daughter and the dad kind of go their own way, and the scruffy dude who overheard the conversation on the phone goes with him. He's like, nah, I'm going with you guys. I know you guys know the right way to go. From the conversation between those two, the daughter figures out that the people will be getting quarantined. She's like, oh, I'm going to go tell them. And he's like, no, don't go tell them. She's like, you only care about yourself. And we see like the people slowly going down the escalator, and you can see the military. And then as soon as their face is revealed, it's like they're all zombies.
I love that shot. I love that shot
It's the
so
guy,
much.
like, on the escalator at
Because
the
it's the
bottom.
escalator going down.
Yeah.
Oh,
And they all go start
that's
crawling
awesome.
over. Yeah.
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 Chad just like picks up his wife.
Yeah.
Her over,
Oh my god, King. Yeah.
So sexy.
So
True,
yeah,
man.
the panic ensues in this whole place, and they're back with the dad and scruffy dude and daughter. They see somebody at the end of the hallway. This part is really cool too. And the guy's like, "Oh, hey, come save us, come save us!" And he starts getting closer. And then another military dude jumps up from behind him, like doesn't take any time on the ground, and just tackles him down.
Yeah, that one's so good too.
I
Yeah.
love just how stationary the camera is, but for some reason, like the zombie movement is just so like chaotic in that scene.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
when
'cause it's, like,
when
sped
it's
up.
on his face. Yeah, when it's tracked on his
Yeah.
face, as he's like, oh yeah,
Oh, it's so good.
And then then just like 40 of them like bust out behind that dude, and they're all on the run. There's a zombie coming behind his daughter, and it like looks like it's about to get her, and right the last second, dude comes up, boof, and saves her. A bunch of the people, like, there's kind of this big room where a bunch of people are getting pinned down by zombies and stuff, but a lot of them make it to this glass door, and they're kind of slowly, like, whenever somebody's free, they like let them in, and they close the door again. And
The longest struggle bus moment, like in movie history, just them trying to like close the lock on that fucking glass door,
Mhm.
and then the second they get it, they just bust through the window anyway.
Yeah.
It's like, good
Train's
job,
already
good job.
moving, they're still just holding tight, you know. Actually, this was my thumbs up moment for like them, like because the guy waits for like the dad before he like closes the door, and I was just like, yeah, that's how you spite someone. Like that's how you're just like, yeah, fuck you, you are an asshole.
They took
Oh,
a while
yeah,
on the
yeah.
ground there too with that zombie.
Yeah.
Shoving
Well,
a
like, and I like how the
fucking-
homeless guy just puts a fucking coat over him, and that stops it. Like,
Yeah.
I can't see anymore.
yeah, so
which
there's
is
like
smart. That dude knows
Mhm.
the strats, the meta game.
at
Homeless
this
meta, deprived meta.
Just stab out their eyes.
He's used to having to fend for himself on the streets.
Works on
Just
somebody's
another
work.
day for him.
He's playing the matchup correctly.
But if you think about that, you know, they have the fire extinguishers. Those create like that foggy screen. Just spray them all over them and cover their eyes. They don't blink.
You know, he got that big
Huh.
coat tech.
Fire extinguishers.
Wait,
Remember
if
that.
you
their
just-
eyes, they can't
zombie
do shit.
apocalypse.
if you just take out all the zombies' eyes, you'll be fine.
Yeah.
So just get them to sit down.
Just bring
like a
an
nice,
ice
nice
cream scoop
operation.
with you then.
Take them out.
If we just kill zombies,
You could mace them.
Yeah.
You could just use mace and pepper spray against them.
Bear spray them.
Won't be able to see shit. Oh yeah, true.
You want to see
Um,
my bear mace?
So
Yeah, I smoke this.
there's
There's like charging the DK punch.
there's two groups of people pretty much now. There's like people who are getting onto the train, and then there's the people who are stuck at like the glass door. The like businessman is telling him like, why haven't we left yet? Why haven't we left yet? And to be fair, he's right, because then all these zombies start breaking through the window from above and just falling onto the train and like busting their arms. There's like the one guy who's like,
That I
That
love
guy.
that so much. Yeah, when he falls and breaks it, and then he's still doing that weird contorted hop along.
Yeah, a lot of the
Cool.
extras that played zombies in this really did like the extra mile, and just,
Mhm.
like,
Which is crazy for the budget. Like they got people with such insane like choreography and
so many
flexibility.
people, too, like,
Like-
a lot. There's a lot of the scenes where there's like tons of not like obviously some are like CGI or whatever, but like a lot of the scenes where people are like rushing, they use like real people, and there's a lot of like real people.
yeah.
They just went to the circus, got all those people
Yeah.
to play zombies.
Exactly.
I'm just gonna call this person the cheerleader because she calls herself the cheerleader, and she's
Yeah.
with a bunch of sports people. But she's saying
I
like,
like Joe's term.
The hot one.
at the so she's saying like, yeah, we should wait for these people that are all up at the glass door, which like there are people dead between the people at the glass door and the train right now. So like the dude's like, no, we're not gonna wait for those people, and he's probably right at that instance, even though they are alive. But however, most of them minus the rest of the baseball team do make it back to the train, but like just the one guy with like the baseball bat is left, and everybody else gets picked off.
Team Green.
They run and they do catch up to the train, and like the buff
by
dude.
the way,
Yeah.
sorry. By the way, that baseball kid is such a pussy this entire movie. He just has breakdowns at like every goddamn point.
The high school student.
And
High school
You
stuff.
see people die and shit.
and
It's a zombie apocalypse.
Weak
I'm
sauce.
sorry,
Just get over it.
ceiling?
Yeah, if I was in the zombie apocalypse, I would be taking that
I'd be
baseball
stoic as
bat.
fuck.
My dad has like a 52 cal.
I would literally be like that guy that's punching zombies, only I would do it more.
I would do it better.
Yo, that sucks for your
Faster.
grandma, but I'm built different.
He's like the buff dude. Like it takes a bit longer to get onto the train, and he realizes he's like, oh, wait a second. Goes,
He has
grabs
to
a
go be a
riot
badass
shield,
person.
Yeah.
grabs a baton. It's like fucking breaks through a couple and then gets on.
He literally takes out like a zombie with like combat armor on. He just like takes him out like
Yeah.
fucking thing. I was like, I feel like you could just run past him, but all right, yeah, take him out.
Yeah.
The way he's doing that of just like busting through the zombies, like we kind of skipped over it, but like earlier when they're trying to get through the train and stuff, and the dad's carrying the daughter, he full on just goes to like force his way through the zombie to like bash it to the side until he just hits the zombie like with his kid that he's holding in front of him too. he just full on like runs, and instead of like turning to drop his shoulder into the zombie, just bashes the fucking zombie with the kid basically.
Just like holding the kid by the leg, just like.
All right, we're gonna do the helicopter now. Are you ready?
So now we have Dad, Chad, and
Brad.
Baseball Man,
Yeah.
and
Brad.
then we have Scruffy, pregnant, and kid in hiding in the washroom, and
They're vibing.
yeah, and
Oh, in the synopsis, they literally call him the homeless man. So I guess we can put that one to bed.
oh, okay.
Well,
He's
don't they
homeless.
show a quick scene of him before they get on the train where they show him homeless? I thought they established him a bit before that.
Oh, maybe. Yeah,
Perhaps.
that
He was
sounds like
homeless,
something
so
they
it
would do.
Don't remember.
That's why, but I could be wrong.
The cheerleader is calling baseball dude, and he's just like, everyone is dead, and then the one dude, like the dad can't reach his daughter, but the Chad on the like while he's trying to reach his wife ends up reaching the daughter, and you hear the wife screaming in the background, we're in 13, get over here, and they're trying to block like a zombie from getting in, which they must have been doing for a long ass time. So he sees that they're on 9 and they need to make it to 13, so they're like, man, like even if we make it there, we'd have to make it back. And we see the baseball dude starts like wrapping up his arms, which he's doing the smart thing. Oh, I'll wrap my arms over the jacket, extra padding. Chad just says, nah, frick this, takes his jacket off and covers up just
Yeah.
Fucking muscles like showing through his shirt. There's like yay much like showing, and he's just like, I don't give a fuck. I'll go with some bracelets. I'll beat the shit. Yeah, he's
You see these
Oh,
bracers, 99 armor. His art. You see other tape job bracers might not have had as high of an armor rating. He's fucking this dude. He's what's the term? He's geared.
Yeah.
He's ready to go into this dungeon.
The dad has the shield and baton. The baseball guy has his baseball bat, and the dude's just got his fist. It starts off by him just like running into the cart, grabs the 2 chairs, and just double kicks the zombie in the chest. It's pretty good. Even the baseball.
Like precision of his fucking punches too. He literally just grabs them and punches them in the face. Like he's just such a beast.
This dude must have been like a boxer or something. He just like you can tell this is this man's calling. Like he's been waiting for this day.
Yeah.
He's
He
gonna
literally
be.
fights off like 7 zombies while the dad's got like 3, and the baseball player is just like, bonk, get away, guy.
He's gonna be
Don't.
in Marvel's Eternals. So if you want to see him beat up more people, you can watch that.
Wait, is he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No shit.
Yeah. Yeah, even the baseball dude gets some good hits in. At one part, he just like shoves his baseball bat into like one of their mouths. But they get through that part, and then in the next one, it's all of his baseball buddies. So like the buff dude's just like, okay, here, I'll take the lead. He starts going in and like punching some business dude comes up behind him. They're taking him on, but they're definitely just like
Getting
beat.
overwhelmed.
Yeah.
Meanwhile,
And-
baseball guys in the back, like.
Luckily, they go through a tunnel, and then all the zombies get confused.
I mean, I get it because it's like literally all of his friends that are like now dead.
This is funny that the what is it called, the impression you did of him.
Harry, oh, you're a zombie now.
my friends.
But like,
Hit him with that nest side smash.
here is an inconsistent part, because here they're kind of being like overrun by zombies, even though there's only 2 of them, but like, and then they go into a tunnel, and that allows them to get out
Yeah.
of like being attacked.
But they
But
can't-
later on, when like after the scene where they're like, get out of here, you guys could be infected, they go back there, and then all those people die in there while they're in a tunnel.
Are you sure?
I
Yeah,
don't think they were in a tunnel.
I don't
I
think
think
they
it
were
was
in
in
a
the
tunnel.
tunnel.
No.
I'm pretty sure
They're
the
just
lights
still
go
dead.
out, because that's where it's like slow motion and everybody is like later on when we get there, but
Yeah.
I don't know. We
That's later, yeah.
check it, but anyways,
I mean, it does also kind of follow with like the guy putting the coat over the zombie, and the zombie just immediately going, oh,
huh? What?
turn off the lights. You know.
It's like Skyrim putting a bucket on someone.
That's what I was saying. Literally what I first thought of was the first shop, you just put the bucket over the guy's head.
Steal everything.
So they see a bunch of zombies up ahead, and they're just like, damn, I don't really know if we can take them. And the buff dude's just like, okay, well, let's go. And then Dad's just like, wait, let's formulate a plan real quick, and asks for the other dude's phone.
I mean, like straight up though, like they're kind of in the shit now. So I appreciate the Chad guy. He's like, we kind of just have to keep going. There's zombies there and zombies there. Like,
Yeah, it's kind of like
Wait,
one of
did
those
they meet up with
situations.
everybody else yet? Did they already meet up with the rest of people, like the other 3 that were in the bathroom?
No.
I don't think so.
Not
No.
yet.
Okay. So it's like-
So
going to 'em.
they basically, so here's the cart. It's like zombies are here, and then they're here. They sneak up, they hide in here, throw the phone back, and then zombies go here. They come out and pass them,
yeah.
which is cool because like the whole movie is built like that. So anytime somebody needs to pass somebody else, they need to do some sort of interesting thing where it's like they need to let people pass each other.
They really play around with like the even just like the environment of like a train.
Yeah.
They-
And like,
they
yeah, the thing they do with like the
Yeah, they really use like everything I guess that like you could think of to do. Really.
That reminds me of Saw in that way. They have like the one setting scene, and they just really use everything they can, like a train. Okay, we can do tunnels. This, like,
Yeah,
as much as they can.
it was really smart. Really
Uh,
well done.
finally they make it there and they're all reunited, and there's not even any zombies waiting outside of the washroom where
Woo!
they are.
Well, because they didn't know that the zombies didn't know that they were there. You see them.
Yeah,
on the
they
first-
did. When they first got in, they're like,
They're
"Rah!"
trying to break in.
Yeah, they're trying to break in.
Were they?
Bingo.
From the very moment they got in.
Yeah, they're like the zombies have their arms kind of like in the door, trying to like
And then they
get
call
through.
And then they're on the
Trying to-
phone, and she's like, "We're in 13. We're in 13."
I remember like them just walking in and then going, oh yeah, because then one of them notices, but like right away they're just standing there. There's zombies on like both sides, and then they're just like, we should go to the washroom.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. That's kind of I forget. Yeah.
That's later,
Yeah.
yeah, when they run in.
Yeah, that's like right as soon as they get there. Yeah, the lights
Yeah.
turn on, the zombies are there, and they hide in the washroom.
Oh right. Yeah.
So when they get in there, the buff dude starts fishing for like a compliment, and he's like, "Hey, I got us here." Like, yeah, but like I don't know, like all of them kind of got them there. But then like the dad kind of looks at him, and he's just like, "You have a cheesy ringtone." He's like, "What's wrong with my ringtone? How do you
I
change
don't know
it?"
how to change it.
Yeah, and then like 5 seconds later, he's just like, yeah, how do I change it?
The baseball kid starts laughing at him. Cheerleader gets a text from the baseball guy saying that they're on their way, and that and everybody else starts flipping shit because they could be infected.
Infected texting. I'm retarded.
Also, like,
I hate
why
him.
didn't the cheerleader text the people and be like, "Yo,
Mhm.
they won't let you in when you get here. Just stay where you are
Yeah.
until we stop in Busan." You know, like, but
But instead, they stranglehold her and
mhm.
fuck that bitch.
Looks like. Oh yeah, I said
Fuck
that.
that bitch. Fuck that bitch.
So back with the fam jam, they develop a plan to like make it to where all the other people are. They want to wait until they go into a tunnel and then crawl along all the bag storage at the top. Which, like, what if like the tunnel ends?
Then they're just vibing.
That's
That's what I thought. That's what I thought was going to happen the entire time because they were crawling, and I'm like, hey, they only had 2 minutes to do this. It takes probably a lot more than 2 minutes to get through up there and around the zombies.
Yeah.
yeah.
I thought that was going to happen the entire time. Like, did the zombies just not look up?
Well, it's
Like, are they
dark.
just going to be safe? Well, no, but like when the
Yeah.
when the lights come on, or
Yeah,
when
yeah,
they get out.
yeah. They would probably. I don't know if they would be safe.
Die.
Probably not. Yeah. They make it through pretty flawlessly, except for a scruffy guy slips at the last second, and then Dad goes to save him, and all the lights turn back on. They stop going through a tunnel, and then like one of the zombies starts like creeping towards them, and they silently start making a plan. He's got his baseball bat, and they're like 3, 2, and then like, and dude just steps forward onto a can. They're just like, fuck, and they start running.
Classic homeless guy.
That was so good because it like everything's just built.
The
This is nuts.
Oh yeah, the room with all the people who are safe right now in it, they have like all these like clothing ropes that they made like tied to keep the door shut. And the like other people make it there, but they can't get in, obviously. And you see all the people behind the door just there trying to be quiet and not let them in. But like baseball dude starts like beating at the door trying to get in.
Dude's just like holding the cheerleader by like the mouth and just like keeping her captive essentially.
Yeah, and the like, I forget how do the zombies start breaking in here?
Like basically they went to close the door and a bunch of them started putting their hands in.
Right.
Bad guys like pushes the door and like grabs it and then like because the baseball guy like hit one down on the ground or whatever and he started like hitting it and then she just like turns up and like bites his hand, right? Yeah. So
Yeah. So yeah, at one end they're defending the door, and at the other end they're trying to get through to where it's safe. Yeah, his hand does get bit, and dude's just hitting a baseball bat trying to get all their hands through. But they realize that there's so many zombies that they're gonna break through the glass.
Yeah.
So he's just like, "Yo, get my wife out of here."
Protect my wife.
But last thing he says before he goes is like, "Soo Yun." He says, like that's the baby's name. Got it? Which is somebody else's name, Soo Yun? Like, is that
Yeah.
relevant? Whose is it?
That's
I thought that was a little girl's name.
Nope.
his daughter, isn't it?
Nope,
Yeah.
Sue Ann.
Somebody's breaking in.
Just probably a name.
Yeah, I think it seems to be just a name.
I
I think
don't
it's-
see any spelling for it, so I can't
I
cross-reference.
think it's more or
It's
less.
SUYUN.
SUYUN?
Yeah, SU-YUN.
Okay. I don't think there's any other character.
I think the
No.
more importance of it is just him going, yeah, I got a name for our daughter, and then
Yeah.
Yeah.
fucking badass by like picking up a zombie and just using it to,
As a
like,
human shield.
I like earlier too when he grabs that one zombie from the ground, he just like grabs it and fucking tosses it into the room.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Oh, it's so sick.
Yeah, like how like they just break in. He just like grabs the first one, just like boo, like throws it to the side, grabs the next one, just picks him up, puts him
Like,
sideways.
breaking their necks and shit. Like
Yeah.
He just
uh,
and he
This is
literally
He's just like,
goes
this
down
man
like
is
fucking
inspiration
cake.
for going to the gym.
He literally just holds the dude there until he turns, and then like they fall backwards. Yeah, Yeah,
They
so
kind of like break through the one like door, and then everybody just starts hauling ass to like the next cart door or
yeah,
whatever,
because
and like trying to close it, and they're just like, "Bro, what the fuck? Like, here, just let us in."
yeah, and the one dude just has his arm in there, and there's like 5 dudes just trying to close it on his arm, like, yeah,
And then finally, like the dad comes over and like helps open the door or whatever, and then like they get in, close the door, and everybody's just like, "Fuck you guys!" Like,
yeah, and the one old lady just like sacrifices herself at this part
no
for
reason.
absolutely no reason whatsoever. She's just kind of out
just
there.
standing there.
Yeah.
She looks at the other old lady and it's just like, hee hee. Like,
Later. The dad just goes and like clocks the one guy down. He's like, "Why did you do it?" And he just like gets up and stands. He's like, "Oh, you guys are probably all infected." And
Look at his eyes. He's infected. It's like, what?
no,
Bro.
He's doing his crazy anime eye character
They don't
thing
put
again
up
where
much
he's going all
defense.
wild.
For being like claimed to be infected. He's just kind of standing there, just like what?
Everyone kind of just like blank stares at the guy like, "The fucking lord
Yeah.
of this guy."
Then one starts yelling, and then they just sheep
Yeah.
mentality because they're scared.
I love they have that like one shot back to the survivors that like just got on, and there's like one guy behind them in a chair who like yells at them,
Yeah.
and then looks to the side and just staring
thought-
straight to the
I
side
saw
for the
that,
entire
dude, I was-
rest of the scene.
I was like, why are you sitting near the door with the zombies? Like, why is that your choice?
Yeah.
You want to sit right
Yeah.
beside the thing.
that guy. Yeah, at first I was like, "What is he looking at?" And I was like, "Oh, he's looking at like all the zombies outside the door." But I was like, "It is very distracting."
But he just yells at them once. They don't move or do anything for like a solid 10-15 seconds, and he doesn't say another thing to them.
Joel is turning around.
So yeah, they're all just screaming at them to basically pass them and go into the next cart, and they're just like, "Yeah, sure, put another cart between us and the zombies. Yeah, sure." Meanwhile, the old lady is just back there. Well, okay, so there's our group of heroes, our group of villains, and then zombies, and then the old lady's right here, and all these people are tying the door so like these people won't be able to get back in, and the old lady just like is just like, "Man, that like other old lady died in a really stupid way. How dumb of her to just kill herself. Well, better kill all these people."
Yeah,
Goes,
for real.
Walks open the door, just opens it, lets them all in. Everybody in this place just gets fucked up. And this is where I was saying that they go into a tunnel and it's like slow-mo and they're all dying, but it was dark at the same time. So that's why I was saying it was inconsistent. I think it was, but I would have to go back and double check. But yeah, so the other people are just the ones that are alive still at this point are just kind of sitting there just listening to everybody die on the other side of the door.
Like, damn, that sucks.
But like now that there's so many zombies, like they'll probably be able to break through the glass like they have been. So they probably aren't all that safe where they are. But I don't know. It's real, cool, like sweeping, slow-mo of everybody just getting eaten and torn up. On the other side of the tunnel, they pull around, they can see Busan, but it's like a lot of it seems kind of like on fire and not so good. The conductor never did. Earlier on, he asked like the person to like, "Oh, tell me when it's safe, like in Busan, or when you find out if it's safe in Busan." He never did get that call back from that guy, or we don't hear it anyways. There's a really nice scene of like the dad and his daughter talking about like, "Oh, I was scared," and he's like, "Oh, I was scared too. Adults get scared." And she starts talking about like her recital and why she couldn't finish singing was because he wasn't there, and like she practiced the song for him, so she couldn't finish it.
She's like, "Please don't leave me again."
He's like, "I won't."
Something.
Wink.
Winky wink.
Yeah, so in the oh yeah, in the washroom, he like goes to make a call. I think it's like to the mom, but she still doesn't answer. And then he gets a call from his assistant Kim, who's like saying that like biotech did this. It was the centerpiece of our whole plan. He starts crying. He's like, it wasn't our fault, was it? It wasn't our fault. And he's like, no, it wasn't your fault. And he just says thank you and then hangs up. And
I don't understand this. Like, it's all part of our plan. Was this part of dumping the stocks?
Yeah, I don't get how
like
that has to-
I don't
what
understand
has to
how
do-
that has anything.
Well,
to do.
because
I don't think the stocks have anything to do
they're
with
dumping their stocks because they know what they made and they know it's just gonna.
Yeah,
they're
yeah.
just taking what they can and fucking
So
running.
yeah, so
Oh,
I
okay,
think
gotcha.
biotech built up this whole thing, and then it was like polluting all this stuff and just doing all this bad stuff. So they sold off all the stocks, and then everything went bad.
Gotcha.
Literally Umbrella Corp. They wouldn't sell their stocks though. They want to keep going with it. Develop it further.
He turns towards the mirror and like kind of goes like this, and then starts literally washing the blood off of his hands. So it's like, look at all this blood on my hands, symbology. And then he just starts crying, and it's all his fault. The train starts suddenly braking, and we notice that it's like about to hit this like derailed train, like the sea cans or whatever came off of the top of it. I don't know what to call those. It's a sea can. The conductor starts talking on the intercom about what's going on. He's like, you can stay here and wait for somebody to come rescue you if that is going to happen. Or I'm going to go get a train on the left track and you guys can try and get on it and we'll keep going to Busan. So he goes out and tries to find a train. And we see
doesn't
that
really like make sense why there's like sea cans there either, because like every train you see there is like a passenger train.
Mhm.
Yeah.
and then there's just 3 random sea cans just like placed in the middle.
Yeah.
Plot device.
the of course the business dude is alive in the washroom, even though everybody else died. And then there's like the one train worker in there with them, and I peeks out to see like there's a bunch of zombies out there. Is it safe to go?
Yeah, both just
just staring him in the eyes. The dude just goes and peeks out, just pushes him out and fucking runs for it.
He uses this tactic twice, and I hate him.
And he's really good at self-preservation. That's for sure.
No,
Well,
he's
no,
not.
he's not. He
not.
dies.
Until
Then so they all start getting out of the train and looking for this other train that the other dude's gonna go get. We see that the conductor like goes into this first train, hops in, sees there's a bunch of zombies, just closes the door behind him and runs out to find another one. He sees like a building filled with trains and starts running towards that. Meanwhile, all the heroes are just kind of trying to find their way around here. And for some reason, just another flaming train shows up at the least opportune time. Like, I don't know how that thing got on the track.
The conductor like goes into the building, like goes up to the first train cart, and there's just a zombie in it. He's like, okay, not that one. Goes around, goes to the other one, and he's like, okay, no zombie. Doesn't close the door behind him, which I don't know why that bothered me so much, but like,
Yeah, that bothered me too. Watching
and
it.
he like starts leaving, and meanwhile there's just the flaming train coming in at like Mach 10 speed just to fuck up their
Yeah.
fucking train next Mach, just coming in to make shit worse.
There's a really cool shot here though, like when it like hits the train, all the zombies go like boof, up to the
Yeah, actually,
Yeah.
that was sick. And then like I like how like the like cheerleader and like the baseball dude deadass just think everybody else gets like crushed by the train, and for a split second I was like, they couldn't do that. That would just be like, that's ballsy if they did.
they end up inside this train and they're trying to get through like the next door, but it's locked. So this dude finds like a little pick and he's like hitting at it. Meanwhile, business dude just runs up behind him, grabs the chick, chucks her out.
This is actually like my thumbs down moment. Like this is why I hate him.
Actually, same.
Because like yeah, he does a bunch of dumb shit that like to help himself, which is cool. That's fine and all. But he deadass just walks in behind him, grabs the chick, throws her out of the. Like, you could have just closed the door.
Yeah.
But like he just throws her, the zombie eats her, and then he just like goes to continue to do what the baseball guy was doing while he was just like taking care of his chick. Like that was pointless. Like fuck you, man.
Yeah.
Then we get like the hidden backstory of this character, and he actually worships like ancient Aztec gods, and this is his one chance to like get human sacrifices
This
for
is
the
his
gods.
day.
Yeah.
You're
He's
gonna
so
learn
excited.
today.
Yeah, he's just rubbing his hands because finally.
And then we get to watch the like baseball girl like die in the guy's arm and start eating him. Which
Yeah.
I love how there's like no like it's such a slight transition. To,
Yeah,
like,
it's just instant.
him.
Yeah, I like how it's like, and then her head just goes like, just latches right on.
Giving him some smooches.
The
Together forever.
yeah. So meanwhile, the father, daughter, wife, and scruffy dude are trapped underneath the train, and we flash to the business guy. He's running towards the train where the conductor is. Which, by the way, the conductor is already moving. Business dude trips. Conductor gets out of his moving train to go get this guy who just tripped. It's like there's no way that you standing up could take less time than me getting out of a moving train off of it to you to get you back into that moving train.
Just stand up, bro. It's
Yeah.
not that hard.
Wait, does he do it again with the like the train conductor? Or do they both
Yeah,
Yeah,
It's-
he really does it again.
Yeah, he throws him back to like let him get eaten, and then just runs to the train that he just hopped off of.
Because I kind of missed that part, and the dude was just like in the train, and I'm like, why is it just him? Where'd the conductor go? And I kind of chalked it up. I'm like, asshole, probably just killed him because like fuck that guy.
Yep.
Like, I'm sorry, can you drive a fucking train? No, maybe the train conductor would be of good fucking use.
Yeah.
So the zombies start like breaking through this window when they're trapped into the train. The dad makes it out, but this thing falls in the way, and he has to use his dad's strength to pull it off with all of his might. But meanwhile, Scruffy Dude is holding back all the zombies under the train, and he sacrifices himself so that the pregnant lady and the daughter can leave. Then all the other windows start to break, and then the whole train just falls. And you think probably crushed a few, but they just come out the top of it, and they're angry
Like-
now.
Fucking Play-Doh in those machines where you like squish it down and then it comes out the top.
Yeah.
Zombies.
They are all just like on the run at this point. They're trying to catch up to the train, which by the way has been moving this whole time. So like I don't know how they're catching up to it.
Pregnant lady got beat. She's quick.
Turns
She
out
does
there's
for a pregnant
actually
lady.
just like 400
Zoom.
zombies in this area, and
This was kind
Exactly 400 or like
no, like four.
I'd say it's
402,
closer.
403.
I'd say it's closer
okay.
to 398, 397.
Well, by Price is Right rules, I mean.
Can't go over.
I like that there's like so many zombies at this point though, and they converge. It's like strike. It's all kind of like hit each other. But there's like the second time where we see almost like the World War Z zombies, where like they just become like a wave.
Yeah, they,
And
yeah, they
just,
like. You guys remember in Codename Kids Next Door, the cat episode, and all the cats turned into the back?
Yeah.
They turned to the big zombie.
I'll imagine. Has anybody done that with like a zombie movie?
but I hope Army.
So-
I don't know.
Someone's got
I
to.
think there's some manga that have done it, but nothing.
We got to make
Together we make the big zombie.
Yeah.
The
zombies are
mighty
known for
morphing
that.
power zombies.
Abomination trait in TFT. So this part's pretty rad, but the like all the zombies start catching up to them. They all got onto the train fine, but like one of the zombies catches on, then a zombie catches onto that zombie, and so on and so forth, until they just have this train of zombies behind the train, which I was really hoping that would have stayed on. like until they like went to Busan or just what.
Yeah.
Actually, I guess that are they passing Busan or is Busan?
No, they
where
still
No, they're
haven't
going
gotten
to
it yet.
Busan.
Okay.
They still haven't gotten to it yet.
Yeah, so but yeah, I really wanted it to just stay the whole time. And so the dad starts like hitting off like the hands of the zombies, which like for how like relentless they are, what I really thought they were gonna go for is like the whole like almost like a Hydra's thing where like every time he got one hand off, like two more would get on or something. And
I thought he was just gonna keep like stomping them, and then eventually a hand was just gonna grab his leg, and then like something's gonna happen
Falling
there.
into the zombie parade.
they try to get into the front of the train, but yeah, the business dude is in there and he starts spewing all this nonsense and he says like, I'm scared, I want to go home, my mom's waiting for me, my address is blah 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 Busan. And
I love that scene when he's like, "You're infected." And he's just like looking at his hands. He's like, "Whoa, whoa."
no no unless
Yeah.
Eyes go white unless.
Laser eyes.
he starts wanting to get into a zombie tussle. The wife are like, yeah, they kind of get onto the ground. The wife kind of like comes up to save him, but then he stands up and goes to go get her, and she needs some saving of her own. So he comes up behind. And he's like, here's my hand, and then you bite it.
Dumbest fucking moment. Like, yeah, grab the zombie by the mouth after being smart about how you deal with every other zombie in the movie.
Yeah. He and like I don't really understand this move either. He like ties himself to this chain and then grabs the zombie and like whips them both off the train.
Yeah.
And then like climbs back on.
Well, because it's easier to use your full weight to drop.
Yeah, it's like he
I
probably
guess.
he wasn't strong enough to throw him, so he just like dead weighted it and fell off
Yeah.
with him so he could
Yeah, that's
toss it.
fair.
But he was strong enough to do big dad muscle on the big metal thing with the train.
Yeah,
That
that's
is
true.
true. That is
Yeah.
true. Yeah.
I bet that weighed more.
I don't know. That seemed pretty heavy.
Yeah.
That's why he was tired.
He's secret Jack. I thought he was skinny fat, but he's just Jay.
Well, after this whole movie that like seemingly took place in one day, I don't know how these people aren't just like defeated on the floor. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's like, yeah, after the battle between the carts, they're kind of like resting there for like a minute. And they're like, all right, next one.
Yeah.
It's like, I'd be fucking floored. Yeah, like, I'd be throwing up in the corner.
Fuck it.
This is
Let
how
me
hard that was.
let me- I need a cigarette.
Yeah,
Holy
just-
shit.
Smoke break, please.
Sitting there smoking weed in the fucking bathroom. Like, all right, we can do this. Like,
Big brain, hotbox the whole train. So none of the zombies can see you. Come on.
It's a
Just
win-win.
blowing smoke into
Oh,
like,
bruh, don't mind me, just getting through here.
Just like
Zombie
blow the
just like
smoke in their faces as you're walking past the blind.
Is there a
Whoa,
stoner
bro, is that
zombie
an
movie?
indica?
you like put
definitely
it
has
into
to.
their mouth.
I don't know.
I feel like the
Are you gonna
zombies
make
will
the
eat like
first
some
stoner
guy who
zombie?
ate edibles or something, and the zombies just get all stoned.
Well,
If
like
not, we
showing
need
up
to
the
make one.
zombies.
I was gonna say like Shaun of the Dead is not like a stoner, but like a drunk.
There's a movie. There's a movie called The Co-ed and the Zombie Stoner.
Oh, I've seen that. I've seen the
Wait, what is it?
poster for it.
The
That's an
Co-ed and the
adult.
Zombie Stoner.
That sounds like an adult film.
Yeah.
Anyway, so he tries to get them into the front of the train and explain to them, okay, this train is going. That looks like a brake. Just go until you can't anymore and then hit the brake. I gotta piss
Bong.
out.
No, okay, sorry to interrupt. There's one called Bong of the Dead.
Hey!
that one I know. I think I've seen that
Oh
one.
yeah.
That sounds good.
Uh,
Can I change my wheel movie?
Yeah, I was gonna say I want to change my movie now.
Oh, please.
I might allow it.
It's Bong of the Dead. There will be Bud.
He goes off. Or yeah, he goes to see his like daughter and like starts like, you know, he's trying to kind of like search for his last words to her and like, they start crying and she's like, "Please stay with me, please stay with me." It's really sad, and this like,
Kind of a
call back to that the line the Chad guy tells them where he's just like they won't appreciate what you've done for them until they're older. You
Mhm.
know, being a dad, you get all the bullshit and can't complain. It's all about sacrifice.
Yeah, she won't appreciate that
That's
you
what-
literally caused the zombie apocalypse.
Yeah. Like,
Buff dude, I don't know if you guys have ever seen like Full Metal Alchemist, like the guy that's always like, "Oh, look at my daughter, look at my daughter,"
Oh yeah,
and then he dies.
Is it the blonde guy? No.
No, it's
no, the blonde guy's the one that like flexes all the time.
Yeah.
Like, "Brr, look at my beautiful muscles.
you mean Sergeant Armstrong,
Yeah.
the Strong family?
And him and the butcher just have that scene where they're both just massive.
All right, we're almost at the end of the movie.
He has to rip his daughter's hand off and
What? She has to do what?
rip his daughter's hand off his hand.
Rip his daughter's
Oh,
hand?
the
No,
way
he
you
doesn't have to
said
do
that was just. What are the...
I have to go.
No, sweetie, I have to.
You'll understand when you're older.
Oh god.
Yeah, okay, but doesn't have to rip her hand off, by the way.
Yeah, so he runs to the back of the train and the sad anime music starts playing. Dun, 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 on the piano.
This scene actually like low-key kind of made me tear up a bit. It hit. Like,
He starts having these visions of like this angelic white room and him like holding his like daughter for the first time, and he's like giggling to himself as like a zombie, just his goofy ass face. And it's just the last of his humanness coming through as he jumps off the train. You see the shadow of just him falling, and it's very sad. I really actually like that scene. It's like very anime, but like I don't know.
A lot of this is very anime.
But
I wish they showed a bit more with the baby scene where he's like reminiscing, because it's just showing shots of her like being born at the hospital. I thought it'd show like, I know she isn't that old, but maybe her coming home,
More.
like maybe the wife's face.
He's
was
always
blurred out
working. He
in
doesn't
the
have any
memories
other
or-
memories with her.
yeah, it's probably
That's
true.
That's true. Shit.
She was born.
That's literally
Beautiful.
the only memory he
Yeah.
has. the
They
bare minimum, he showed up to the birth.
the
yeah, I guess I can do this.
I mean, technically, you don't have to do that either.
I guess I can take a day
you
off.
can
of
wait
this.
until
Every man should.
But
Every man should be there grasping his wife's coochie at the time of the
See
conception.
their son being born.
I got it.
pitcher's glove, yeah, or pitcher's glove. That doesn't make any sense.
Pictures of gloves.
Oh, did they? Yeah, I guess
Yeah.
they do. Blah, 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 blah. Yeah, we see the rest. We see the train going on the rest of its adventure until basically it hits like this roadblock where there's like some zombies and some
Okay, now
other
here we go.
roadblocking stuff.
This is like the stupidest place. Like we find out that it's like it's like the base or whatever. But why the fuck would you set up your base like mid train track after a tunnel? Like if
Because
someone's-
there's only one point of entry.
if
Yeah,
someone's
but say they didn't hit the
rolling
brake.
through a train, yeah, like if someone
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
like fire train going on and it's going at fucking Mach 10, it's not gonna give a fuck about your roadblock. That's just busting through those tiny ass empty sea cans you have using like for support and fucking mowing down half of the crew, and then zombies will pour out. Like not the brightest, place.
Yeah, for only being like a little kid and like a lady, they know how to stop a train like perfectly.
Yeah.
That-
He did tell them, he explained them. He's like, when you get to Busan or it's safe, press this brake.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not like he knows how to operate a train either. He just goes in there. He's like, "This one's
I
the
think
brake.
it's
This one's the
just
go."
That
And then
being
they turn the go button and fucking go through and kill everybody. That would have been a cooler ending.
Kind of reminded me of the I Am Legend ending.
You know,
The kid and the woman get to be saved.
that being said, like having a train like at like your base, or even just like living in Korea in an apocalypse, like having a train would be like probably the best form of transportation.
Dude,
Yeah.
gotta play
Like-
Metro Exodus. It's the whole thing. You're on the train going through
Oh,
the
yeah.
irradiated, diseased world.
But anyways, yeah, they get out and they have to start walking past some of these zombies. Some of them like twitch and like kind of scare them as they're going by. we see these two riflemen on the other side pointing at them. They're just like, could be zombies, could be people. What should we do, boss? And then he's just like, kill them, I don't care. And they're just like, oh, well, sure. And then he like just goes to squeeze the trigger, and then you hear the daughter start singing her song she was supposed to sing at the recital. Aloha. Oi.
Yeah, I was gonna say, was it a Korean version of like Aloha?
Aloha. Oi. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know, but I just
It actually sounded like
It just says she begins to mournfully sing Aloha. Oh.
yeah.
So
And it's pretty sad, and that's they all the like army men go get them, and the last shot is on her face, like singing and like crying and like wiping her face, and it's really good. And that's our movie. We now move into the ceremony of thumbs. At this point in the podcast, we have to decide whether we give this movie a thumbs up, which means that, hey, you should go watch this movie, or a thumbs down, which means you can probably give this one a pass. All right. 3, 2, 1.
Thumb time. Yeah, woo.
Wait, guys, this is no thumbs up
movie-
podcast. All of our thumbs are up. This is wrong.
I'm sorry.
this movie was really boosting.
Bussin'. It was a bussin' movie.
It was a really entertaining movie. It was a good like different switch up on the zombies.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
yeah, it had its
it was
moments.
really-
It wasn't like the best zombie movie ever, but it's really cool.
Good zombie.
Honestly,
In terms of like,
my favorite zombie movies for sure. Like action zombie movies. Like I honestly would put this past like Dawn of the Dead, like the
Mhm.
remake for me.
Oh yeah.
I would too.
The original's hard to like kind of because it's George A. Romero. It's kind of hard to like really put like it's
Yeah.
kind of on a pedestal. But like for more contemporary like zombie movies, this one's definitely like my favorite.
Yeah.
Especially for that budget. Like
Oh,
Yeah,
goddamn,
for real.
That puts it in like a different perspective after
Yeah.
knowing that.
What was the Dawn of the Dead budget? Let's go see just for.
In terms of like the zombies you'd want to face in an apocalypse, this would be like bottom of the tier of the zombie
Yeah.
of the zombies in an apocalypse. Like you have like the 28 days later like running gene, which these can do.
World War
Like
Z
Resident
is
Evil
like
1 zombies.
World War Z would be like
I'm going with
All right,
the
we're fucked,
Living
but-
Dead zombies, where even if you shoot them in the brain or anything, you can't kill them, and then if you burn them, they just come back as like acid rain.
Why would you go with that? Why would you want
That's
that?
the worst one you'd want. That's the worst one you'd want.
Oh, I thought you
Yeah.
like I want to go with that one.
I could do that. I could do that.
if you want to go with like
I want
if
a
you-
challenge.
if there's any zombies you want to go with, I think it'd be like the Shaun of the Dead zombies.
Yeah.
Or like Resident Evil 1.
Or, Return.
no.
Night of
Resident Evil has too many like special infected.
Well,
Zo-
Resident Evil 1 zombies though. Like
I'm gonna
original
say
There's even the.
Don't they have the liquors in Resident Evil 1?
ones. Oh no! They have the lickers and the sharks and the spiders and the basilisk. I lied. Yeah. fuck that.
I'm gonna have to say the zombie apocalypse world I want to live in is Zombieland, and I'll
I was
just
gonna
do
say, yeah.
what Bill Murray does and just dress up like one and just go out for walks and shit. Anyways, because this is the No Thumbs Up podcast, at the end of every episode we spin this here wheel to see what we're going to be reviewing the next week. I'm going to go over what we have on this wheel one last time before we spin it here. We have World Trade Center, that is Noah's movie. The Mitchells versus the Machines, that is my movie. Detective Pikachu, that is Joseph's movie. Freaked, which is Marcel's movie. V for Vendetta, which is Josh's movie. And Whiplash, which is Dane's movie. Before I give this here wheel a spin, don't forget to leave this video a like, subscribe to this channel if you want to see more stuff like this, and share this with your friends. If you want to be part of a movie book club, that's pretty much what this is. So,
That's,
yeah.
it's, not, it's not really a podcast anymore. It's more of a.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a podcast. I don't know. It's a podcast format book club. I don't
Yeah.
know.
True. Yeah.
Yeah. That was a spin and a half.
V for Vendetta, Josh's
Let's
movie. I
go.
feel like it's been a while since we could play on one of Josh's.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Marcel still hasn't
What was
got
my
one.
last?
Marcel
Really?
still-
He
yeah.
joined late. He doesn't count.
Yeah, I joined on episode like
Have
12.
seriously like none of your movies have been picked?
No, not yet.
I mean, you have a 1 in 6 chance every
Yeah.
week.
I know.
So
I don't really care, honestly. I'm just kind of like I stopped caring what I put on the wheel at this point because I'm just like if it gets picked, then it's gonna be something like.
I know it's like it finally lands on mine. It's like the bucket list. It's like- anyways, yeah, this has been the No Thumbs Up podcast. Thank you for joining us. We'll see you next time.
What?
Peace.
Yes.